Gresford, North Wales, home of one of the seven wonders of Wales, the Gresford Bells, and, it should be, the home of JD Cymru North side Gresford Athletic. Thanks to the increase in stadium standards by the Welsh FA, the Colliers have remained homeless since March 2023. Former player, local businessman and chairman Julian Davis explains.
I live right on the ground. I've been chairman of Gresford on and off for 20 years. I had a 2-year break in 2013. So yeah, it means a lot to me, but generally the feel of not playing at Gresford is a big wrench for me. You know, because I played for Gresford in '92 when the Cymru Lions started. This league is now called the JD Cymru North. So yeah, it's very hard for us, because if we were going for relegation and promotion, we'd have had to play all our home games, our last 11 home games at home, which would have been really unfair. Having played 11 away at the start of the season, due to the cricket, who we share our ground with, they wouldn't change their fixtures.
In September 2024, Gresford reached a deal with fellow JD Cymru North side Airbus UK Broughton FC to ground share. It is considerably further from Gresford than the ground share the previous season in Cefn, Wrexham.
Well, Broughton, they welcomed us with open arms. To be honest, we tried our matches to be played in the Rock, but that didn't work out. Luckily enough, we still are allowed to play our reserves at Gresford, so I've still got my foot in Gresford. And we welcomed the under-17s. It's like a joint club with us, because they're still run by Gresford Youth. So that's been all right. But Airbus invited us to play here. We had a bit of an opening, so I took it. And to be honest, it's turned out better. They've been really good with us and very helpful. So yeah, big thank you to Airbus.
It's a great community. We do miss playing at Clappers Lane, but for the standard of the league is changing. The facilities weren't meeting that standard, so we went to Kevin Jewish to begin with, and then we've come to Airbus. And as you can see, it's a brilliant facilities, and we enjoy it here. They look after us really well. It's a little bit different. We don't have our the home feeling to it, like at Clappers Lane, but it doesn't feel like an away game each week. We've made it as much as our home as we can do, and they're great with us. They do so much for us, and yeah, like you say, it's brilliant facilities, so we enjoy it.
It's still the same pitch, and Gresford Football Club's been there for 80 odd years, but they sort of took it upon themselves to overlap the Gresford Football pitch, so it makes it very difficult for us to get our own pitch, our own little side of the field, if you like, the area. So I don't know what the future holds for Gresford, to be perfectly honest. We tried at the Rock, we tried to purchase it, which didn't really happen. That became difficult. So ground sharing is becoming quite common in our league. I mean, Connah's Quay share with Flint Mountain, and Flint Mountain share with Flint United, and they all share the same pitch. I mean, Ruthin now are playing at Bala because they're having the ground done. So the Welsh FA are sort of helping us out quite a bit with that. So yeah.
Committee member and former player Johnny Phillips has volunteered around the club for 45 years.
Back in the early 80s, I played for Gresford for about 3 or 4 years under the manager of Mike Hennessy and little Sammy Jones. And they weren't very successful years, but we used to hold our own against some of the top clubs. Didn't win anything with Gresford, but I played with other clubs as well before and after. So Gresford, part of my heart, is in my heart and part of my well-being, yeah.
Something that has been an issue in Gresford for a long time is bringing local players into the club. Chairman Davis explains.
Since the local Gresford people played, when we had a team that were local lads, but the game's moved on. So generally we get people from Chester, Buckley, Wrexham outside Garden Village, all over the place really playing for Gresford. Eddie's managed to get a great team together. You don't really get village lads anymore, and that's very difficult. And without that village commitment, you lose a lot of the supporters. Whereas our reserves are a lot of local lads. Our reserves have a big crowd from Gresford watching them. Our crowds have dropped off. It's hard to get them back. being up here. We are actively looking for new members, but like any club, whether you're running a chess club, a tennis club, a cricket club, new members are hard to get hold of. A lot of people aren't interested, sort of look after themselves nowadays. Communities are dying, basically. A lot of new people have come to Gresford. I'm a Gresford person through and through, but I can walk down Gresford and I don't know anybody. Don't say hello to anybody really. Just people walk past you in the street, um, which is sad really. But it's just the nature of what's going on in life. People are coming to Gresford. It's it's a sought after area. The old people, the old characters are going. We've lost a lot of people. We lost Sammy a couple of years ago, who was manager of Gresford for 25 years. I played for him. Brought me to Gresford when I was 16 and to play for them. And so we've lost a lot of good characters in Gresford from the pubs as well.
We always try and sign players local. I think every club has that in their sort of ideas, but it's difficult. There's a lot of competition around Wrexham. We've got a few local boys, but certainly a lot of Wrexham boys anyway. And there's some really good youngsters coming through the under-17s that train with us week in, week out. We can see that there's good players. They're impressing. Yeah, there's got loads of potential.
With the club fighting to avoid relegation out of the JD Cymru North, the future remains uncertain for Gresford Athletic. One thing's for sure though, the tireless dedication of those in the club are doing their utmost to return Gresford home. Luke Birch, the Wingmakers Radar, Broughton.